nearby city. We have to stop it. We have to reach the brain.
We could try to avoid the worst of the mess. Or plow ahead and enjoy the fireworks.
Welcome back to Tran Wins Baldur's Gate 3. I have failed this check so many times because we have no inspiration at this point. We used them all up during the DC 99 earlier.
Danger, Geich! Vile thing! My prince is dead, his death scream heard across the entire astral plane. Our future broken. You have stolen everything from me, illicit, and you will suffer for it.
I came to face the Netherbrain. I have to kill you first, so be it.
You think you can... Wait. I know that voice. Let's say I were to trust you. Let's say I knew that voice. You still slaughtered the true heir, Gith's son and salvation. You sentenced us to slavery. Unforgivable.
Orpheus went mad and attacked me. I had no choice but to kill him.
Mother Gith, hear me. Yis Githga Tavki Crashhead.
Time slows to a crawl while he scrutinizes you. In his eyes, his people's past and future, fighting as he tries to understand the true path, the right path, the weight of responsibility heavy upon him.
I have every reason to kill you. And yet, I believe you. I cannot let the Geich Empire swarm the astral plane, and it seems you are my best hope of an ally. I will spare you. In fact, I will help you. When you have need of my aid, call me to battle. Orpheus would have asked for no less. Now go. I stand at the ready.
We get a new button in the bottom left, call forth allies. In this section of game, we get to use all the allies we've been collecting throughout our journey. It's kind of the culmination of our rewards. Of course, as we chase these guys, they enter this banquet hall, the next scene. If we didn't chase them, they wouldn't have kept running. This is how they leave the map.
We have lost much already, and we will lose more before the day is out. But even when the last soul falls, Baldur's Gate will stand. For Baldur's Gate is more than just a city. It is more than a place of opportunity for those of mercantile spirit. More than a place of refuge for those who are lost. More than a home for friends, loved ones, and adventuring souls. Baldur's Gate is a place where anyone can find what they need, if they're just willing to fight for it. Today, Baldur's Gate needs us. Today, we fight for... You're late, friend. This is the one you spoke of.
The very same. The champion we've been waiting for. The one who will save Baldur's Gate from ruin.
The Fist eyes you with suspicion. He was not expecting the savior of Baldur's Gate to be a mind flayer.
Appearances may change, but they do not mask the one within. This one I know. Observe with whom it travelleth. Friends. This mind flayer will fight with thee. It will save thy city and thy lives.
The Fist's suspicion softens to curiosity, his hostility melting at the recognition that there's more behind those eyes than malice.
My steel is yours, Mind Flayer, and I'm not alone.
Never thought I'd be fighting alongside a Mind Flayer, but I'll fight with you, with magic.
I'm better at crafting steel than wielding it. Your friend here is armored and potion-fueled and ready for battle.
I have marshaled the best the Flaming Fist has to offer. We will fight to the last.
You may have changed, but my debt to you still stands. The Iron Hand Gnome's firepower is yours to command. Just show us where it's needed.
The Moon Maiden's silver light is a shield in dark times. Today, it is mine to wield.
And I hold her sword.
Whatever strength I have to lend, I will lend it. I will make my city proud again.
Our city, Father. Today, I fight in your honor.
Did you think I was gonna let you have all the fun? Mole looks out for her friends. Mind flayers included. And she'll have your back. Trust me.
You carried me once, friend. And now, I'll carry you.
I made some improvements to Ramesses' arcane artillery. Give the word and the sky falls on any who stand in your way.
You've bought yourself some Zentish steel. Use it well.
Not sure what I have to offer a mind flare, if I'm honest. But I hope my words of encouragement and reassurance will strengthen your, resolve.
The journey has been brutal, but I stand here a Hell Rider once more. And I would die a proud man if I died this day.
My dark forces are at your command today. We have a common goal.
All the strength of the lands we yield flows through me, and from me to you. No matter what form you take.
Nature's servant awaits.
Glad to have you with us, and not a moment too soon.
The air is thick with anticipation. All eyes are on you. They're expecting a speech, something to stir their hearts and put fire in their bellies for the fight ahead. What will a mind flayer say that could encourage them on the threshold of battle?
Look to Tahira. She'll know what the people wish to hear.
Many of you know my name. Few of you know my face. This is as it should be. I am not a hero. I am a servant. Of nature, of balance, of life. At this moment, I serve all of you. I buried my husband, Khalid, 100 years ago. That wound still bleeds. While I draw breath, I will not let this city bleed.
Boo is moved to tears at the beauty of these words, Tahira.
Well said. We'll prepare ourselves. We'll be ready when you call upon us. Baldur's grace be with you.
You feel a tickle of mirth in the Emperor's thoughts. If they only knew the truth.
Look to Minsk, the hero of Baldur's Gate.
There was a time when my hamster counted every boot print that I left behind me. Whether it was in snow, mud, or evil's backside. Who did this? Because he knows the heart of Minsk. And he knew that a part of it was all those many steps behind us. In Rasheman, at home, Minsk could never count as high as Boo. So the number of steps soon became too large for him to hold in his head. Too large and too sad. But now Minsk knows the number. The number is none. Because Baldur's Gate is my home. And it will not fall while Minsk and Boo still stand.
You are still full of surprises, Ranger. I could not have said it better. But now that it is said, it is time. Swords, not words. Butt kicking for goodness.
Let's chat to all these people.
Bodies, bloods, this is the dream. Knew I was smart to sneaks in. The Skelly boy said I could stay if I sold you stuff. So hurry up, buy, buy, buy!
You do know there's about to be a huge battle, right?
Really? Oh, don't you go getting chopped up. I need customers.
Let me see what you have.
Potions, scrolls, nothing. This is the very end of the game, so there's not going to be any magic weapons or anything. So this is here if you need a rest.
Don't go dying, or I'll be real mad.
You could try to pick up this stuff and the game will just say you can buy it, but it doesn't actually attack you. These guys actually will attack you though if you head over here. These two standing in the corner are mind flayers. And if they chase you down into this room, such as if they fly down here, the other people will attack you. I guess they're all part of the civilian faction, even when they turn into mind flayers. Alright, let's go and chat with everyone else. The survivors of Elturel stand ready for your signal. Hellriders, one and all.
You have the full force of Ramesses Tower and its dashing master at your side, my friend. Let us finish this. My flames will be ready. Simply say the word, and the skies shall rain fire.
Go ahead and drink this animal potion, made with real animals.
Let's go, let's go. Want to bite? Yum, 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 bite!
Never thought our first meeting would land us here. Of all places. But here we are. Hopefully this time, I'll be saving you. Or at least, not getting in trouble.
I wouldn't be here without you. It's time I repaid the favor. You lot have been good to me. Now, let's show this brain who's boss.
Even I was surprised by how well the owlbear would take to the potions. Just look at it. Glorious little creature. Well, not so little anymore. Who knew we'd make it this far? I'm behind you. Or wherever you need me to be, really. Lead on.
I'm glad you're here. The Illithid, too. Though it'll take some getting used to. Best not to delay. The brain's only getting stronger.
Have courage, my friend. Your victory is assured.
I knew I was in for something exciting from the moment we first met. Don't disappoint me now.
Why do we have two kids in the final party?
You really don't want to face that brain, do you? Scared? Don't be. I've got you.
Is that really the best Baldur's Gate can present?
Onwards. There is no reason to linger here.
You've bought yourself some Zentish steel. Only fair that you get to see it in action.
Oh, don't look at me. This is your charge to lead. And no one better to do it.
Today, we take back the city.
You're not going to believe me when I say we went to go rescue Will's dad, but you will believe me walking around as a mind flayer. Okay.
My weapon is yours. You need only call.
It's a mundane quarterstaff. Not interested.
We face the greatest evil our realm has known, and we do it together. On your word, the sword of Selûne will fall upon our foes.
You couldn't have just gone around this way? Okay. Heroics first, stories later. And in that spirit, after you.
Press on.
This will all be over soon, and then... My gods, I'm having something very strong indeed. I don't fear death, but this is not our day to die.
Aren't you glad you helped me into the city? Oh, the bloodbaths I've enjoyed. And now, the greatest one of all. Let's go have some fun! Come on, I'm hungry. Let's go rend some flesh.
With the music and everything and the whole friendship as power stuff, you would think that this next battle is going to be exciting. Maybe it is for some people, but it is, for me, incredibly slow. In a turn-based game, when you're fighting a lot of enemies, that's a lot of waiting.
Dragons, overhead. Stay low.
Fall back! Fall back! Matthew! Leave him be! We have to keep running!
Is this how the City Watcher valiantly defends its home?
Mind Flayer! Mind Flayer!
It's over.
There's a glimmer of something beyond his words, but in a moment it's gone, consumed with fear.
One last run, then we're clear!
If I had passed that insight check, I could have attempted to persuade these guys to fight with me. That's fine. They probably would have just gotten in the way anyways. Well, I'm clicking. He keeps stopping for some reason. You just click him this way. I didn't try to pan in. I think the game wanted to have a cinematic thing, so it panned in for me. Alright. We have this new button here, which my mod doesn't remove the buttons. I don't know if the maker wanted to... Sorry, let me try this again. Normally I have this entire bottom bar invisible, but the mod maker did not make Call Forth allies disappear. It may be intentional or just too minor for him to worry about. We can call allies. This is the culmination of all of our efforts throughout the game. Let's go ahead and just summon these guys, and you can only cast them once, typically, if it's not a summon. Many of these will be summons. Let's see here. Let's look for one that's not. Okay, right here. Like Balm of the Moon Maiden. Isabel will heal me, and I can only use this once. Period. Even if Astarion does it, Will could not cast it. But the summons, you can keep resummoning them after each battle. This does, however, consume your action, which is... I don't like. I wish these were free actions, especially since it's the end of the game. Just let the player go out with a bang. And there's nothing wrong with making a player versus environment extra powerful. If it's player versus player, then you might worry about balance. You don't need to worry about balance here. If I wanted to summon these soldiers, would that be better than anything these characters could do? For example, a level 12 arcane caster. Would that be better? Probably not. But we will go ahead and use them up. For Astarion, though, since he's our biggest damage dealer, we will hold off. But yeah, all these 9 hit point guys, they gotta take a turn. That's why it's ludicrous. To sneak through, I just fly over here and across the wall. Have an invisibility potion. There is one guy with true seeing as well. Actually, let's see how many of these guys I might be able to get. None of them, actually, because there's no good angle on that. What if I tried this? Could I, like, knock that against the wall or anything? Path interrupted. Oh, for a second there, it was there. Just gotta find a spot anywhere that he's would hit. Yeah, Mind Flayer is engaged. There's more enemies as well. We will hold off on Action Surge at the moment, and... Is Ensnaring Strike really a spell in tabletop? I feel like I shouldn't be able to do Counterspell or Psionic Backlash or something like that. This is really cool. This Ray of Fire ability that all my characters are now endowed with, I believe that comes from Mole. It is so damaging, 15 to 90, and I think everybody can do it. At this time, let's go ahead and have Will call forth an ally. Why don't we call Floric? We'll call Floric's units. Can we call them up here? Actually, that might get me in more bad guys. How about here? Can you do that? Oh, we don't even get to control them. Okay. And that's his turn. I think we really need that Mind Flayer is almost dead. We don't need a Hex. We could drink a haste potion. Alright, we are once per short rest. I can chain lightning. Let's expand his repertoire. This is all he's got, huh? You can telekinesis all he wants. So we'll probably do that. It ended up killing him anyways. We'll go ahead and fly Tran up here. And this might draw in more of a crowd on that side of the map. Yeah, we just brought in a bunch more enemies. But I didn't want the allies up here because they don't know enough to back up. But I can back up if needed. As a Mind Flayer, I get so many new powers. For example, this Nebulous Black Hole, you'll notice that I can cast this pretty much every turn. This also does damage. I don't think it did damage before. Let's go and just throw this out. I see a Mind Flayer just patrolling down there. He doesn't seem to care about us. And we can just fly back down. In fact, I can just fly over here. Yeah, this Levitate uses 4 meters of your movement speed and you can travel 18 meters. So it is superior to your old Levitate, which basically used your old movement speed. The issue is that if you had 2 meters, you could at least travel that much. Here, I can no longer can. You have to pay the movement. So there's a con to it, but it's mostly pro. We'll assume that these 5 guys can kill that one level 9 unit. Trying to think what would be good for Gale to do. He does not have a good angle for any lightning spell. And Firewall, Cloud Kill, all that's kind of overkill on it. Maybe we haste? Oh, I forgot to cast my stuff. I like power up my characters. Alright, well, if we do a second take, we will do that. Fireball's a really big waste on just 2 people. I think we just haste. No, I don't want to haste because he's on his own in initiative order. If I haste someone else in the party, they will have effectively lost an action. Okay, that was a well-placed smoke powder shot. I'm used to seeing the enemy throw alchemist fire at themselves. Their AI probably thinks it's a bonus, or it's a positive bonus or something. You know what I could have done? I could have had Gale summon a teammate. I'm not used to thinking in that way, to summon my teammates, because during my practice stuff of this, I don't want them around.
Submission in her name.
Okay, yeah. I don't mind if you get in close combat at all. Tran gets 2 reactions because he's got the sword. That Mistress of Souls deliberately is scripted to go and activate the portcullis so that you couldn't escape. But yeah, this thing is now shut. I don't think it has hit points either. Alright, Tran is actually badly hurt. But now's the time to start doing other abilities, such as, well, let's go ahead and throw a haste potion down. It might affect us both. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Actually, we'll wait to use the Selune Moon Maiden thing because these guys are fully healthy, and that might be one of the only ways I can heal them. I don't think this can bounce to anybody. Got 2 people up here. And there's 5 of my teammates up there, so I should be okay. I don't think they'll need any. It's called a Silver Harp Squadron. Let's do that. Astarion could completely wipe the floor with that Mind Flayer, but let's just keep calling our teammates. Come on, Astarion, that would have been like the perfect moment for you to be completely sarcastic about something. Conjure Barrage is something that the hostile mints can do to you while you're fighting him before you claim him as a teammate. So if I were to... Could I... No, Will could not rush forward enough to cast Hold Purse on anybody, but we'll still be locked in battle, so yeah, let's go ahead and do a Slashing Flourish here. Start racking up that Arcane Acuity. We don't really get to use him that much because the battles are over before he can really start building up his momentum. Is he dead? No, he's almost dead. We are now at 6. We can get another stack going. Still missed him. But we are now at 8, so we don't need another Slashing Flourish for this one, just a regular shot should do. If he would just land a hit. Could have used that before battle. Mind Flayer, you didn't even die from that? Let's get Tran up there. If I throw a healing potion, well, I guess he's fully healthy, so it shouldn't. Let's see. Does this hurt the ghoul? It did not. Okay. We have the mind. As a Mind Flayer, we have a permanent Mind Sanctuary going on. I can use actions and bonus actions interchangeably. My turn options increase greatly, and I don't completely know why I get to drink this potion many extra times. Do I just get free drinking forever? I have no idea. Now, in the original version of Baldur's Gate 3, what players used to do, I suppose, was stand on top of, say, fire, and then drop healing potions on it, because dropping was a free action. It didn't cost you any of your green pips here or orange pips. So you would just drop it on the fire, and then it would blow up from the fire and heal you. And you just do this as much as you want until you get fully healthy. Retinue of the Vampire Lord. We'll put them in a more dangerous position, since they are vampires.
The armies of the Undying must join this fight.
Maybe I should have Astarion summon that. That would have been better. Is that your dash? Okay. And you're going... Really? That's your move? I'd like to point out that because you dash, you won't be able to shoot or anything. And so the enemy, on their initiative order, you are completely in range of them. That's your move. Okay, you double dashed. You know, there's still a bad guy inside here that I expected you to deal with. I figured I would leave him to keep you guys busy and let you have something to do. But if you're just gonna run off to die, man, I might do this a second time without summoning anybody. All right, that was actually effective right there. He did 17 points of damage and knocked him down. Okay, sure. But yeah, this battle would have been cool if it was not turn-based. I don't know. That's just me. I know that there was a vocal proponent of vocal group of people that didn't like that Baldur's Gate did not have a real-time option. I mean, I personally would have preferred a real-time option. That's a very tall order for a game as to encode in both a turn-based and a real-time. And as from what I understand, this is probably built on one of their previous game engines, Divinity Sin, which I've never played. But I'm sure that they saw a lot of Divinity Sin sales after people checked out and enjoyed Baldur's Gate. But yeah, I will say that I remember playing Baldur's Gate 1, putting it in real-time combat, and then explode a bunch of Gibberlings with my melee hits. They'd run up to you, go, that's what they sound like in the game, and they'd run up to you. They're like little gremlins essentially, and when you hit them, you probably do enough damage that they don't even leave a corpse and they just explode. I think we'll go ahead and advance Astarion. I didn't even drink. I meant to do all this powering up before battle began, actually. Regular attack. Why not have Arrow of Mini queued? I thought I had that queued to 1. Where are these goblins up here? I don't even see it. Oh, there's a... I can click and hold, that's nice. Path interrupted. Alright, I was hoping that if I highlighted them up here, it would have been available. I don't think I can get that, so I'll just have to smoke bomb arrow it, probably. Of course, this is a video game, and the enemies are going to be next to explosive barrels. No one was next to that one. But these aren't... Since I pushed him over, he's actually in line for an arrow of many. If I had hit this one instead, it might have been able to bounce to him and then the goblins. Alright, we will go and action surge here. I want to arrow Roaring Thunder. Aberration Slaying. Yep, sure did slay him. Alright, do I want a martial exertion? I don't think so. I think he's exerted himself plenty that round. We have a group of 3 here. Could jump up there. I assume I can't see them, yeah. Go and hop up there. Hold person seems like such a... I mean, hold monster. It just doesn't seem worthwhile. Fear, Hypnotic Pattern. We'll throw Confused. That seems more interesting. And while we're at it, why don't we throw the Potion of Heroism on the floor? So I really did mean to buff myself before battle. And it didn't do anything. I assume this won't break Confusion, right? We still have these 2. Let's go and fly up here. The Emperor's floating ability is more, let's see here, is the same as the current Mind Flayer. So this is the one where he can fly across the whole battlefield if he so chose to. Then we'll use, not Extract Brain. Don't I have the Stunning Strike that everybody else does? There it is, Mind Blast. It doesn't look like it hits my teammates, but it should hit these 3. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. For a second there, I thought that it didn't. I unselected these guys. And we are hasted, so we can do another action. The target was concentrating on a spell. I don't think he's concentrating on Death Ward. Who's concentrating on Guardian of Faith? Is that you? No, that's not even a concentration spell. You can cast Sleep once per short rest. Shield of Thralls, I could have cast that too. Now, this is what battles look like when it's my first take at something. I do have a lot better vocality, that's not a word, but I am a lot better at speaking on my first take. But there's more hesitation, there's more thinking and trying to reason out, suss out the most effective move. You can do a Hellrider platoon on this confused group. Let's do that.
Veterans of the Hells, to arms!
Let's get in there, so that way Tran can soak up damage if they confuse attack him. Okay, Harpers. You want to know the best way to deal with one of those things? You walk past it. Dude. Okay, all you did was just make the Inquisitor look beefy. That's all you did. What else do we got? Black Fist Enforcers. Nobody's alive on that side. Maybe we summon them down here? These are the Zentarum. So now they're going to flank that group over there, hopefully.
Time to censor him earn their keep. Join me, rower.
That's it. It feels like such a such a calm and quiet turn. Why? You dashed up there to begin with and got opportunity hit by the ghoul. Okay, that was actually good damage. That was a sneak attack. Anytime now. You guys are stupid. There you go. Actual contribution to the fight. Alright, let's see. We have you. Just taking stock of where all the baddies are. Alright, so everybody's currently engaged. This is pretty much the last of the enemies here. I don't think I have a... I can't hit him. Let's see, what is it? What is a mind flayer? Is it an aberration as well? Yeah. What else we got? Balm of the Moon Maiden, Sword of Silverlight, Battle Ready Owlbear, Apple a Day, Roland's Firestorm, and Rocky Inferno. Let's cast Sword of Silverlight just to see what Astarion has to say.
It's your time to shine. Stars beside her.
And then the next battle will summon the undead with Astarion. It might be a very canned response when he summons them, though, because a player could have picked Astarion to be your origin character, your playable character, the one that you start the game with, and you might have played him good or evil. So it's probably not going to be some sort of the responses we expect to see from Astarion. What was my chances to hit anyways? You won't even tell me? Nobody, you have nothing to say about that one? Yeah, I think if I were to do this again, so if you're hearing this, it means that this take was good enough. If I do this again, I'm probably going to send Will in as the vanguard, so that way he can just start laying down confusions and hold persons. He casts at the 4th level or something, so that he can hold several people at once. But then again, that means I wouldn't be able to show off summoning allies, which, you know, once you've seen it, you're probably good. But as a video creator, I need to put that in there. I need to show, like, hey, this is what they're like, so you can see the reward that you have for completing all the quests. Which is this: people that dash into ghouls and then dash back away. Does Zentarum even have any names? These Harpers have names. It's Harper Nasa, Antony, and Lim. Whoa! You got Zevlor there, Lupus. Although that's your unit type. I'm trying to see what this dude's name is. Fish. Oh, okay. What if Fishbait had died? Would it probably? I would have assumed that would be characters that you didn't have ever get to see. So that way they could just generate a whole brand new character for this fight. Really, Zevlor? You have a confused ghoul. You had him flanked too. Also, he's level 11 now. That's good. Glad he's not back to being level 3 or whatever he was at the beginning of the game, like Aridin was. It looks like I control Dame Aelin and the Strange Ox. So those are actually probably decent allies to summon. Okay, I was wondering who was almost dead. It's just some ghouls. Can I hop in that? Hell, I can. Alright, we got Tran going up next, so I could just Mind Flare you over to Tran. Oh, you're almost dead too, but this won't do that much damage to you. So we'll... Oh, once per short rest. Oh, that's weak. Can't extract your brain. We'll trust that the AI can handle a guy with 1 hit point. The last person died to, I think, being entangled. It's kind of fitting for this fight. That was close. No doubt there'll be others, Gale says. Now, there's not much to find around the area. You will find a chest over here. Ooh, an ingot. And some people to rescue up here. Let's see if we can get up there. I did destroy the ladder by accident. Here's another ladder. Tran could have flown up there, but then I would have left the rest of these guys. So our allies have been unsummoned, but I can re-summon them when we get into the next fight. Speaking of which, does anybody need healing? No, we're good. Oh, Tran, you could have just... Fine, we'll just send Tran myself. It's not that I'm worried about the goblins, it's that I wanted the other teammates to be there in case they had anything to say. But I don't think anybody does. One of the reasons why I went ahead and just went back to the 4-party for the last few episodes was not because I was trying to intentionally go to 4-party, but the particular quest I was running didn't have anything extra to say, so they're extra baggage. I figured I'd bring them right back out the moment they had something to say. But no, it's towards the end of the game there, they had nothing. There's only those character-specific quests that it mattered on. You get Tentacle Whip. Let's try that. Okay, Tran's hard not breaking through that. We do need Asterion. Can you find your way up here then? I thought he was gonna jump. Apparently Gale couldn't make it.
How delicious.
If you're going to do it, just make it quick and painless.
Get out of here.
You're letting us go? But you're a mind flayer.
Just because I'm a mind flayer, you think I'm a murdering sociopath.
Yes. No. No.
there's a note, but we're not worried about that. Let's go ahead and power ourselves up since we forgot to do so. Because I wanted to talk about all the new abilities we had as the Mind Flayer. And once I hit the record button and start doing all this, I kind of forgot. So, this Augmented Shield of Thralls is great. What? Why didn't you... What? That didn't do anything. Oh, because you probably have... Yeah, you already have temporary hit points. Okay, well that wasn't a good showing for it. So, you'll notice right next to where it says Int Save, there is no limitations on how often I can use this. And I could cast it on 2 different people in a single action. These guys, they can't have it because they already have hit points from something. You probably have hit points from heroism. I think I'd rather you have hit points from this. Maybe I should have you get hurt, like jump off something a few times. That's fine. We're not going to worry about that right now. But yeah, the Volatile Shield is extra good because it stuns the enemy when you lose all the rest of your hit points. Many of our abilities have been upgraded, such as Strength and Force Tunnel. Fierce Perilous Stakes. Unfortunately, they become vulnerable to all damage for the duration of this effect, but it also gives you critical hits. In the past, we've only used Perilous Stakes to make enemies vulnerable, but now they get critical hits. So I prefer the older ability, but I think we still have access to them. I just moved them off the hotbar before recording. Let me see here. Common. Fierce Perilous Stakes. No, I guess we did lose it. I don't see anything that looks like that little heart icon. Okay, I guess we just don't have it anymore. Alright. Let's see, Astaram, we had you drink your blood potion. You had you drink your heroism already. Equip this Drake Tooth Glaive, and then we'll twin spell Elemental Code on... Oh, guess I gotta get closer. Let's get Will in there.
The Pride of the Gate.
Okay, twin spell Code. Whoops, that's a fire. That's exactly not what I want. Equip this. Use Arcane Battery. Max Strength Armor of Agathis. Was that? It doesn't highlight it or anything. Okay. And then equip the Marco Hesh gear. I normally do all of this off camera, but I'm not really sure I've shown off the best items. So this has its own spell battery, or arcane battery. Alleviate the arcane burden of spellcasting with the power of this staff. The next spell you cast doesn't cost a spell slot. So I cast the level 6 arcane, Armor of Agathis using that. And then I put on this one, which also has arcane battery. So at any moment I can cast another level 6 spell. We'll go and also cast this to the tune of Lightning. If you unequip this staff, you lose whatever the bonus is. So we want to do that last. Okay. What else is there? Will, do you not have... Yeah, he doesn't have any buffs anymore. Not when I turned him into this whole person monster.
No one's stopped me yet.
Okay, and healing. Everybody's decent. Probably... Yeah, we can get out this door. Come on, everyone. But yeah, I have forever augmented shield thralls now. Actually, let's make a save here.
Hell's teeth! Is that a brainstem? Get a little higher, and we could probably climb it.
Not
This is not the place. We must find somewhere higher up to begin the climb.
On my sneak thief way through invisible, I just go this direction and fly up thing. But since we have people who are ground-born, we'll go this way.
Nautiloid! Stay low and watch your footing. We can't take bombardments like that.
Okay, we need to get Astarion up to those doors to lockpick it, or we can just try to destroy them. Alright, so this one's kind of a game of reverse whack-a-mole. Avoid the big red circles.
With haste.
I'm assuming that's how you play World of Warcraft. I was gonna use my arrows, but for some reason, during many of the cutscenes, he has his lute and his bow equipped during those cutscenes, so I took that off. I don't have a ranged attack anymore other than spells, which is fine. I was willing to give that up for the better cutscenes. Just think about telekinesis my character all the way over there.
Sliced and burned, dashed and diced. They will be offerings to your
You will
splendor.
bleed for her glory.
The cutscene is only marginally different if you sneak your way up there. It's really dependent on whether your character is in hide mode when you start the dialogue or not. Now, I thought there were supposed to be like 12, what are these things called? Intellect Devourers, the small ones. Intellect Devourers showing up around the base of the brainstem. But I don't know. Maybe they show up later during the fight. Oh, there they are. They did show up eventually. Too bad they didn't show up before the bomb hit. We'll go ahead and summon. You guys keep these units in the back busy. Let's see what Astarion has to say now.
Come, my unholy minions! Fight for your master!
I don't know if that's exactly a spot we could get into. Alright, now's actually not a bad time to cast Chain Lightning. We use a scroll first. That's a long way to run, but I don't think we need a haste. That's why the Mind Flayer died. Alright, Will's gonna get hit by the bombardment, but it's good to show you what kind of damage it does anyways. Unfortunately, I don't get telekinesis as an action. At least I don't think I do. My teammate does. My teammate lifted. So yeah, that's, I don't see the flying person anywhere. No, it's not there. This would have been a great spot for it. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like that's gonna be a death thing for anybody. I was hoping she'd miss. Come on, fly, dude. I'm clicking. Oh, that's right. I remember that there was something weak about his levitate. So he only gets to levitate once per turn. You get to levitate multiple times per turn. Camera angle needs some work. It shows you where they'll land when they're flying away, and then it shows you where they flew away when they're landing. So you get to miss everything.
So many to kill. Just push through. Reach the brain.
Will took no damage. No, it looked like he took damage. Okay. I guess one was like the knockback animation or something. Oh, I think he's standing in the explosion range. Guess Gale's gonna get hit here as well. I can't tell if this is in explosion range or not. There's a chest at the very, very end that has some healing potions. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about those intellect devourers. You're making it hard to see with all this psychic shaking. Scroll of flesh to stone. That was seriously the loot that was in the chest. Who do you want me to flesh to stone one of these bad guys? Okay, game.
hold him back.
Come on, dude. Jump. Now fly, come on. Available next turn, but he hasn't done it this turn. Well, there goes some of my teammates.
We can't win. Not like this. Punch through them and get to the brain.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to be flying off, but they didn't. Walking in here should quiet down the airship. So even though that last hit was completely unnecessary, I think it makes the video better. I really do.
You are persistent. You have function. Leave them. Join us. Witness perfection. Witness the grand design.
The Emperor did die. Will also died. We went ahead and revived him. Well, no, he didn't die. He was downed. The reason why I didn't finish healing our party and then just tune in from there is I wanted to show that the Emperor can be revived. Not like your normal NPC who just dies outright. And short rest heals half your hit points, so we'll just short rest twice right here. But there's also potions of short rest and long rest, I believe, in this box. Very convenient. No, just a potion of long rest. I think we're fine. I think the original hotkey is R, but I've unbound that because I kept hitting it when I was recording. Oh, I forgot to... I was gonna volatile shield myself.
Can't you feel it? We're almost there. Once we ascend the Netherbrain stem, we'll be in touching distance of the crown, of reclaiming the powers of Karsus himself. I'm ready. Are you?
I'm ready. Let's get you that crown.
Then I think it's about time we ascended. Don't you?
I was gonna volatile shield myself once we got the Emperor back on his feet. But everything we just did could be avoided with an invisibility potion.
There it is. The crown. The very thing that has been amplifying the Netherbrain's power. And the very place that we will be able to dominate it. That's where we should use the Netherstones.
those?
Shit! That can't be good.
What in the hells are those?
Squall! One abomination births another!
What the hells are those things?
Well, that's just disgusting.
Fresh horrors. They will fall like all the others.
Is there no end to these horrors?
Because it wasn't quite crowded enough up here already.
Boo? Can this Netherbrain sprout nether lice?
There you are. The fury of a vermin. The pride of Baldur's Gate. The wizard who defied a goddess. The hatchling who rejected a queen. The false daughter of darkness. Shunned by a goddess. The rat catcher that became a lord. Guardian of groves. Nature's servant. The avenging exile. The hamster that voyaged through wild space. You are spectacular specimens. And you will make spectacular thralls!
The crown! Cast the spell on it!
Why did the brain let us climb it?
Reunite! Subjugate.
Let's see how many people can get hasted in one potion. I'm sure there's a cap to it. 2.
Forever dauntless.
Legendary action Draconic Fury. I haven't fought this thing yet. I knew it was here. The Great Drake will use Fire Breath on the next creature that attacks it. Well, let's say I stand right here then. Come on, Will. I know you're threatened, so you have a... Now we'll hold off on his last move. Who's the other person that got hasted? It was the Emperor, right? Yes. And you can't telekinesis this thing, can you? Nope. You can telekinesis these guys, though. Alright, one less. We'll have Gale throw this one. Drink one. Twin. This Chain Lightning. Oh, did you guys patch that? Or no, I can Chain Lightning it, period. Yeah, you just can't Chain Lightning the same target. You have the most hit points, so you're the most likely to survive. go ahead and use a Dragon Slinger on you. 50%. Turn off all in. Up to 85. Action Surge. I don't think we marshal exertion yet. So we still got some more guys back there. Can I reach them from here? Oh, the game told me you were in the blast radius. We'll hold position here for the moment. I don't think there's any... I guess we'll just Blade Ward. Have a cat. Alright, let's see. What I need to do is get over there. No! I forgot that they like to counter spell. That's okay. I guess now's the time to martial exertion, though that would probably just kill him, so we'll fire a ray. Then we'll go ahead and summon Roland's Firestorm. Nope, none of them are close enough to... Well, I might be able to get these two. Wow, it one-shot that one. Then we'll Kithraki Inferno. Target blocked. I don't know if that one's in it. My computer could not handle all the loading, but just it's a wall of fire spell. All right, we'll hold off on anything for you right now.
Transform. Become.
Indeed.
Holding shift, you can run up to a spot, even if it's being obscured by something else. We'll gather up all our characters here. Then we'll have Will go ahead and cast The Balm of the Moon Maiden. Oh, you only... Okay. I had not done this, but apparently it's a target one. Alright, we'll just target all our allies then. Target someone more than once? I don't know. Hit points. This one's the one that's far away, but he has to move to hit it, so we'll just hit the one in the middle. Nope, that's not what I wanted. So what was going on there? I think it bounced to this one, then this one, and then this one, possibly. But the reason why I wanted to target this one was that way it could bounce in this direction. But maybe that guy was too far anyways. So now we can martial exertion. I don't know if anybody's in range of him, but let's go ahead. Target too far. Yeah, you don't. Just gonna wait to get rid of that tentacle before we did this. He does have his ray of fire, so Mole is actually probably the most powerful of the help that you can get.
Pay attention. Shall I compare thee to a star?
The tentacles, they don't randomly spawn or anything. They are specifically in a static spot and then emerge when you approach that section. We used up all our movement already. We have you. You have almost no life, so this should be a cinch to deal with. Has he counterspelled? I don't know if he has. And I removed all my arrows too. This says class action, so I don't think it's a spell. But I have to be in range of it, huh? There, this should kill him. Now everybody's dead. We activate Karsus's compulsion. Channel the stone's magic to control the Crown of Karsus and dominate the Netherbrain. The caster must channel the spell until the next turn for it to take effect. Ends if the caster is incapacitated, stunned, polymorphed, or knocked out.
Just keep them back!
I don't know if there's anybody to keep back. I think okay, I guess we did use all our powers at least once. Yeah. I don't know if when they die forever. Like if the owlbear dies here, will it be dead in the epilogue? I don't know.
On the victor's path.
Actually, I probably shouldn't be ending turn, but I don't know. If I just select Tran again, it's going to unend these guys. And we'll select Tran.
I can't even catch my breath.
Because it's technically his second round right there. Since we share the same initiative spot.
You feel it. A sudden shift. The brain is weakening. Its grasp of itself slipping. This is your chance.
Will not submit!
Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
Feeble resistance. Absolute freedom.
This is it. Its will is weakening.
The prize for defeating it in the earlier encounter, with the DC 99 and everything, is against all odds. The unlikely actions of the party in the Morphic pool were a surprise, even to the Netherbrain. The successful roll has left the Netherbrain wounded, reducing its starting HP for the encounter. Alright, we gotta phase everyone in now. Which means loading the area multiple times. I even hit the next person button even before he walked in, but it still had to load both areas. This is generally how I phase people in.
This is it. Its will is weakening.
Alright, so our party has warped in. Can you actually hurt this thing at all? I don't know if that would even hit it. Extract brain. Nope, you can't extract that brain, really? Is it gonna dodge you? I know it's not stunned or unconscious, but it's not moving. I think that would. I think you really should be able to extract that brain. Are you an aberration? Yep, it's a level 20 aberration. Try a step closer, actually. Chain lightning does 10 to 80. It is still more than the lightning bolt, so we'll just cast this some more. Unfortunately, you can't twin that. You can only twin the staff version of the chain lightning. Actually, we'll go in Ray of Fire. That'll do a ton of damage. At this point, we can no longer call allies, by the way. Tran's the last one to move. Can you finish it off this turn? It's got 45 hit points.
No. Resist my design. Impossible. Pain. Fear. Terror! Reconsider. Assess. Implore. Surrender.
It is afraid. Good. Show no mercy.
It knows this is the end of the road. Pay it no mind.
Shut it out. Let it die. Ignore it. Nothing but a vile death rattle.
Silence, Brain! The grand design has failed. You have failed. Don't listen. It'll try any trick in order to survive.
Shut it out! It's on the precipice. Push it over! The end is upon us! Ignore the brains, please! It must die!
The bleating of a predator turns suddenly prey. Do not listen!
No! No more listening to brains!
Spare me. Join me. Wield me. Become absolute!
Now, kill it!
This is the moment, my love. The moment in which we make a new world for ourselves
Command the brain to destroy the tadpoles, then itself.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn illithids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling.
Wait, I need that.
Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity. Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
The loss of a mind is a terrible thing, but this time, I think I'll make an exception.
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mazora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things. The city will cheer us, but it is the triumph itself The very smiting of evil that should lift our hearts.
Against all odds, we cured ourselves. Free from the parasite, free from the prospect of ceramorphosis. I can hardly believe it. I will not become an accursed illithid. Not to cast any slight on you, of course. Your present form is but a sign of your gallantry.
It's all right. I like what I've become.
And rightly so. You are better now than you have ever been.
I have crossed blades with countless warriors among the tears of Selûne, but none so resilient as you. Skvar, you may have succeeded, but I have failed. Gith's son is dead, and Vlaakith has abandoned me. I will be hunted by her Inquisition to the ends of the world. I must leave. I have nothing more to gain by being here.
Good luck, Lae'zel. I hope you find what you're looking for.
The world looms before me. Never has it felt so vast and so empty. But at least it will be a world in which there is no grand design.
See how the dragons flee you, Boo? Now they know you stand as this plane's protector.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city. Smouldering, waiting to be rebuilt. You are a mind flayer, the very thing you sought to eradicate. Whatever self you possess is quickly ebbing away. Your friends and enemies alike are ripe for manipulation. And if not manipulation, then consumption. Soon you will not be able to trust yourself at all. You will be a monstrosity beyond redemption. Or not. Perhaps you are unique among illithid kind. Perhaps you will retain enough of who you are to resist your nature, a rogue mind flayer. Like the Emperor, the risk is certainly yours to take. Will you?
I am a mind flayer now. I've never been so wise, nor strong, nor cool-headed. Embrace it.
Your fate will be what you make of it. Now you are your own master. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. With the crown in my hands, I would be unstoppable. The Karsai weave would be mine to command. I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god.
Good luck, Gale. Don't forget me when you're gone.
It's I who should be saying such things. Do not think I leave you without a heart as heavy as your own. But I owe it to myself to follow where destiny leads. I'll never forget you. That I promise. And if you ever felt differently, there'll be a place waiting for you in the heavens.
And all to impress a former lover. Gale should do as Minsk did and stop at the face tattoo. Mistra no longer wishes to share his bed. Boo doubts she will wish to share the mastery of all magic with him instead. But let the wizard wet his robes in the river, if that is his wish.
Well and good, but enough of that. What now? My hamster is hungry.
I'm a mind flayer. I'll do whatever I please.
Quite right.
And so long as they remain your wants, and not those of any hive mind, I wish you well.
Their concerns are so trifling, are they not? Look at you. You're glorious. The greatest ally I could have wished for. You know, this partnership doesn't have to end here. You and I could do wonderful things. We could rebuild the Knights of the Shield and run it together. What do you say?
We're mind flayers. We need to think bigger.
Have I ever told you how much I enjoy you? Lead the way.
It's hard to say what your companions make of you now. Their faces betray only confusion. Though one face is notably missing. Karlach.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do?
You were spectacular in every way.
So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlach, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
It's your decision, Karlach. You have to choose. Will go with you. Zariel won't be able to touch you.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with the blade of Avernus at your side. Zariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlach.
Fine. I'll go. Well, with you. But we have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
The world wakes to a new dawn, and we are here to greet it. Not as conquerors, but as saviors. Saviors of a city that we must now leave forever.
Why leave? We're heroes.
I thought your mind had evolved, not degraded. Do you not see? No matter our deeds, we both have the semblance of villains now. You, even more than I. The people we saved will not thank us. They will hunt us and kill us.
I am leaving, but not with you. We need to go our separate ways.
After all that we have done together, you would leave me now? I want to go where you go. Your body is gone, but your mind is more beautiful than ever. Before, I could hold all that you are in my thoughts. Now I mourn the loss of the tadpole, because I can only imagine the wonders it could show me if our minds locked together as they once did. You are infinite.
So you'll stay with me and have a mind flayer as a consort.
Why would I ever leave? In time, you will learn to master your form, and then you will be perfection. No higher power can command or restrain us. We will assemble an army of thralls. And who then will be able to stand against us? Chult, Thay, Arm, Waterdeep. There is a world of wonders to discover and boundless realms to conquer. But we can look to the future tomorrow, or the day after. Today, let us think only of ourselves in this moment. We have won a lifetime together.
Well, soldier, here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got. And now Raphael's in the mix too. Gods, like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out. Just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
In the 6 months since the Netherbrain fell, you have often doubted the decisions that led you to the depths of the Underdark. Here, there is little comfort. There is only conflict, danger, and war against impossible odds. But there is also joy, even though your camps are haunted by scuttling spiders and loath-sworn soldiers. When you lie with Minthara, you feel like you could tear down the world, and you are building an army of your own. The outcasts, the exiles, and the rebels flock to your cause. Now you must leave them for a brief while and return to the surface. For you have received an invitation to meet with friends and allies once more.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Here, I don't have any... I don't have my potions on me, so let me... Now there's a face I know very well indeed, he says. Yeah, sure he does. Here, let's talk about my druid abilities.
Now there's a face I know well indeed.
What do you want, Volo?
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking, well... Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
You again. Getting yourself into yet more trouble, I presume.
Always, my friend. But the villain I must needs slay today is my greatest yet. A deadline. You won't be surprised to find I'm soon to publish a little holiday read about our adventures together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
You can do better, can't you?
Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only accepting complimentary feedback at this time. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you could just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in. Don't worry, friend. I'll be sure to send your royalties by post once the manuscript's published. I'm certain I have your address around here somewhere.
Friend? Friend! You came! Big Brother Scratch, too! Happy.
Pet him.
Yes. Miss this. More.
You're a lot bigger than Scratch now.
Yes. Big. But Scratch is smart. Teaches me many things. Like Big Brother.
I'm glad Withers brought you here.
Withers? No. You smell very delicious. Follow smell, find you.
What have you been doing since last we met?
Lots. Make friends with a turtle, a cat, a kraken. Kraken eats my cat friend, so I bite, kill. With shiny clothes, I am strong. Tired now. Want sleep. Want cave.
It sounds like you need someone to look after you. How about Shadowheart?
Nice lady. She gives pets and tasty things. I like her. I go to her. Happy. Gonna get pets. Gonna play. Gonna live with nice lady.
I'm becoming accustomed to the
There
taste
you
of
are.
some things.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
I had reservations, actually. I thought it might be too bittersweet.
In all likelihood, it will be. But we mustn't let that stop us. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever. You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it?
Are you calling me chubby? Brains are leaner than many food sources, I'll have you know.
Filled out and healthy is what I was going for. Don't tell me you miss living off whatever scraps we found in crates and barrels. I'm glad you seem well. Truly.
The feeling's mutual.
I had no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same.
Tell me what you've been up to.
I found a little cottage. Abandoned, half ruined. There's a lot of such places to be found thanks to the Absolute's armies. I've been making it my own.
Does Shar's curse still torment you?
The pain still comes from time to time, but I won't let her torment me. I won't let her take any more from me. She's had more than enough already. Now she can dwell in her beloved darkness, ignored. Sorry. I found that happiness is an active thing. You have to fight for it every day like you would a battle. I won't give her the satisfaction ever again.
I find it hard to picture you as some sort of homesteader.
I feel the same, honestly. The woman in the mirror looks unfamiliar sometimes. But she looks happy. And she has plenty of company as well. 4 dogs, 8 cats, 9 chickens, 6 pigeons, 4 sheep, a milk cow named Daphne, a squirrel who's far too clever for her own good, and a wolf cub I found orphaned in some woods.
Your home must smell rustic.
Oh, like a barn. I bathed 3 times before tonight just to be safe, and cleared out the apothecaries of rosewater and incense.
How are your parents?
Healing. Learning to live again. It's hard to think of all that was robbed from them, but they're intent on making every day count for double. My mother's mind still drifts every now and again, but she has more good days than not so good days. She taught me her recipe for apple and plum pie, and when I tasted it, I actually remembered it from when I was a little girl. Some things can't be taken from you, it seems. Father's making himself useful, helping me fix up the cottage and caring for the animals. You should see the amount I have now. He's been waiting years for this. Now he can't stop smiling. Sorry, I'm rambling. Family life and pastry recipes probably aren't the most interesting topics for such a historic reunion.
Well, you always did like the sound of your own voice.
Of course I do. Everything sounds good when I say it.
Prove it. Say, the latrine's overflowing again. Watch your step.
The latrine's overflowing again. Watch your step. Oh, I truly hope you're not speaking from experience.
You must be wondering what I've been doing this past while.
Must I? You presume a great deal. I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all.
My new form has dictated that I live a discreet existence, yet not one without ambition. The Emperor and I are close collaborators.
That sounds foreboding. I'm not entirely sure I want to know more. Try and behave at least. And if you can't behave, maybe slip me a warning to keep my distance. Hopefully these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves.
Getting a group of friends to regularly agree to a time and place can prove challenging.
Don't remind me. Someone's always got somewhere else to be, but let's do our best all the same. After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars.
Leave.
Oh, before you go, how does a red dragon plan their day? They don't. They just wing it. Sorry. My father's got years of terrible jokes stocked up that he never got to tell me when I was younger, but lucky for him, I've never heard them. And seemingly, I am easily amused.
Truly, you remain a mistress of torment.
As if you'd have me any other way. Go on, you've got mingling to do. I'll work on my punchlines some more. I've missed wine. Had to resort to making my own cider recently, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But a girl can't have fun with apples alone.
Oh, I don't know. Have you tried juggling them?
I suppose it's worth a try. It might keep the animals amused for a while.
You could have a future in brewing. Start your own label, maybe. Shadhart's Special Scrumpy.
You might be onto something there, though the name might need work. Somehow it sounds rude, even though I know otherwise.
Get any more hilarious jokes from me?
Let me see. Oh, what did the amorous boar say to the sow?
Want to go snuffling for truffles?
Ha, not quite. Fancy, but oink? Oh, come on, you loved it. I'll wager I'll overhear you telling that to someone else before the night is out.
I have a confession to make. I may have volunteered you for something.
Oh, hells, what? Not another adventure, is it? I'm quite content with my semi-retirement.
I was hoping you might have room for an extra modular. Rather large, feathered, well-mannered, mostly.
The owlbear? Of course I'll have him. If he wants to come with me, that is. I'd have offered sooner, but everything was a blur after the battle. I thought he'd gone to roam free. I'll have to find somewhere for him to sleep, of course. He'd get stuck in the door of my cottage. Maybe the barn. It's as warm as anywhere, as long as he gets along with Daphne.
I'm sure you could widen the door for him. Imagine being able to cuddle an owlbear on a cold night.
Well, now I'm going to have to do that, aren't I? You're a bad influence, you know. I can picture the look on my parents' faces already.
Leave.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, it didn't trigger something. Okay. Earlier, it made me, after I talked to Shadowheart, I failed a check and got a very bad ending, which I'll include at the end of this episode. Because we had spent all our inspiration on trying to beat that DC 99, so yeah, I couldn't pass the next check that happened.
Aha!
Well, there he is. Gale in all his glory. I hope you're happy, the god of ambition. Have you ever heard anything more ridiculous?
Who put salt in your ale?
Karsus himself. He and his bloody crown. And you, for that matter. The Gale I knew wasn't like this. He recognized his mistakes. He was contrite. All he wanted to do was live. Unfortunately, he fell into company that turned his gaze toward foolishness. Yes, I mean you.
He wanted to ascend, and he did it. I'm happy for him.
Then you're just as mad as he. I know there's nothing you could have done to stop him. Not really. Once he'd decided to learn nothing from his mistakes, what use were either of our protests? Perhaps you'd be willing to come meet Gale's mother sometime? She misses him so, and I know it would do her heart a world of good to discuss her son with someone who knew him as he was.
So long as a visit from a mind flayer would not frighten her, I'd love to.
Jolly good. I'll tell Mrs. Dekarios to be expecting you. Oh, she'll be delighted. Things just haven't been the same without himself cluttering up the place. Enjoy your party, dear. I've heard you quite deserve a celebration.
Goodness. Was Faerun always so dull? Still, at least the company was worth the trip, if not the view.
Charming. I see godhood worked wonders on your manners.
I'm forgetting my audience. Etiquette amongst the gods works rather differently. They're a lot more direct, shall we say. I imagine you're wondering how all this came to be. The finer points of divine ascension are beyond mortal comprehension, I'm afraid, but I can provide a rudimentary sequence of events. First, I retrieved the Crown of Karsus and reforged it using a series of precise and highly complex Netherese incantations. Then, I used it. As you know, the orb within me was the half-formed Karsite Weaver, magic left incomplete by Karsus' self-destruction. I finished it. Using the Crown of Karsus, I turned it into a new form of magic, fused with my being, driven by my purpose. And then I put it to work. As expected, Mystra was unwilling to hand over the reins of the weave, so I've claimed dominion over another area which I've passing familiarity. Ambition.
If that's the criteria for choosing a domain, you should be the god of wasting valuable loot.
Ha ha! Mortals and their jokes. I did think to bless the heavens with my own inimitable wit, but, alas, most gods are rather devoid of humor. Great as the heights I've reached thus far may be, I've not forgotten my humble origins. In fact, they're central to my doctrine. Those drawn to the Galarian Creed don't merely seek my guidance as the impressive, all-powerful being I've become. Ambition is about beginnings. It's not just about the heights, but the lows that preceded them. I was nothing. A drifting dust mote of a wizard, abandoned by my goddess, my powers lost, my reputation destroyed. And look at me now. I'm their proof. Proof their hopes are not barren wastes, but the loamy soil in which their future achievements will flourish. Proof that with ambition, anything is possible.
I understand. A new type of ambition has grown within me these last months. This illithid form is powerful.
What a twist. To have spent so long thwarting the ambitions of the Illithid Empire, only for me to assist you, a rogue mind flayer, in pursuing yours. Morally dubious? Arguably. But fascinating? Without question. Something to consider. Regardless, ethical quandaries are more the remit of my mortal devotees. They do love to talk. And Faerun is starting to listen. There are already several shrines in my honor scattered across the outer reaches of Thay, and rumors of a very prominent temple under construction in Arm. This is only the beginning.
If you ever need a chosen, you know where to find me.
Don't worry. With the ambition you hold, you'll never be too far from my sights. Pursue your dreams, and keep me in your prayers, and who knows? They might just get answered.
Just the same old chatter.
It's quite something, isn't it? To be in the presence of the divine. Fear not. That tingling sensation is merely your body's way of alerting you to my presence. It's perfectly harmless. In small doses. Ah, the material plane. I'd almost forgotten what it's like.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
You made it! Now the revelry can truly begin. You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Let me guess. Just as nature intended.
Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
The future's ours to write. Who knows what we might yet share together.
You are right, of course. I am accustomed to dwelling on the past, even when it brought me nothing but unhappiness. You changed that, and gave me the most precious of memories. Now the task is to make yet more of them, so that each reunion shall be all the sweeter. And who's to say we need to make such gatherings a rare occasion? My hearth is yours to warm yourself beside always. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
You first, Halston. I want to hear about the life you've made. The people you've helped.
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
Is this the balance you wished for?
In a manner of speaking, yes. Though it is a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. True balance is no simple, fixed thing. I see that now. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
I'll need to see this place for myself.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Right. Let me see what I have.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
My new form demands discretion. I have been amassing power in the shadows of my ally, the Emperor.
I see. Perhaps the children can learn something from your ambition in the face of adversity. Thank you. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Tell me about Daniel and Oliver. Do you see much of them?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned.
Still partial to roaming in bear form, I take it.
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
You seem more subtle than I expected of you. I thought that was against your nature.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age.
What of the Grove? Do you stay in touch?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Korga was beyond saving. But the others have a true mentor now, and I am very glad for them.
Turn to leave.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
This may fetch a modest price from a merchant with poor taste.
Well, that is your choice to make, of course. Though I hope the sentimental value may win out over the temptation of a few coppers. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on, enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
All this stimulating conversation leaves you hungry. To speak is not enough. You wish to explore the brain of your friend with your beak. Every time Halcyon speaks of balance, your thoughts cannot behave. You only dream of what cerebellum tastes like when it sends the signals to his vestibular system to keep him from wobbling.
Glance around. Is there anything else I could eat?
The buffet table at this party bears pie, punch, and cocktail sausages. No respite shall be had at this pitiful smorgasbord.
Resist the craving.
This is highly illogical. There are plenty of other craniums awaiting your suction, and this is a prize ally. And besides, this brain before you, its endorphins are in a joyous flow. It is a wonderful scent, the odor of friendship.
If controlling yourself from eating your friends is such a big problem, why didn't you carry any brains on you as a nighttime snack?
Arthur certainly knows his wine.
Forgotten what it's like.
Or resurrected
A most welcome.
I wish it.
For 2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
I figured the Lich Queen would be dead by now. What's the order?
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zereth Minyaragith.
Zereth Minyaragith? What is that?
Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Hold on. The Great Warrior lays out on a diplomatic mission.
Exactly the reaction I expected. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
A shame you couldn't be with us in person. It's like talking to a ghost.
I suppose it is, rather. I'm just glad to be here at all. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This Fey Run. More to the point, I missed you. I wouldn't even deny it with Vlakith's vorpal blade at my neck. Though, I'd rather it not come to that. Now go, mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. But don't think you've seen the last of me. I'll be back. Sure as the comet will rise. Sure as Kalir will forever circle the sun. This is nice. Yes. I think that's the right word for it.
Forgotten what it's like.
Do my eyes deceive me? The gang really is all here. Well, look who it is. At least I assume it's you in there. You squids all basically look the same. So, tell me, what have you been doing since this, travesty?
The Emperor and I reformed the Knights of the Shield. It is now a formidable force.
A purely selfless act, I'm sure. After all, you only want what's best for Baldur's Gate. Just as I do.
What of you? Have you continued to drink the blood of the living?
Of course. I've tried to taste everything this world has to offer. It has been a joy. I've been rediscovering what it means to be alive. more or less. Cazador's mansion has become my palace, and played host to every kind of banquet and soiree and masquerade imaginable. And of course, has seen its fair share of hedonism, clandestine deals, and the occasional disappearance. Whatever it takes to build up my influence over those who matter. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now.
That sounds like something Cazador would say.
Try to wound me all you like, but I'm so much better than he ever was. I achieved what he only dreamed about. And now my ambitions can take me anywhere I want. But the important thing is I am doing wonderfully. Finally having a life that's worth living. And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there, ready for the taking.
I would drink to that.
Perhaps the next time we meet, we'll have grander conquests to toast. I did miss you, you know. There is a sense of loneliness that comes with power. We did share a wonderful adventure, you and I. A pity to see it end in some ways. But we have great new lives stretching out before us, and great new adventures to go on. I will never forget the time we spent together, though. And I know you'll never forget me. Until next time, darling.
That music change was really abrupt in the middle of his dialogue.
We've already had one heart-to-heart. Best to leave it at that, don't you think? I'm not sure I can manage another bout of sentimentality.
Hells yes! You're here! Oh, shit. Oh, my gods! He wasn't kidding. With us, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier! It's really you. Oh, I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so tentacly.
My mucous membranes are self-cleaning. Thank you for noticing.
You can't miss it. So shiny. Haven't seen any mind flayers anywhere in Avernus, I must say. Never thought I'd miss them. War's a dirty business. But having Will around has been incredible. Fucker's even better at killing devils than yours truly. We don't have much time to chat, but just knowing he's there makes all the difference. Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlach yet, soldier.
I'm so glad to hear you might be able to fix your heart. You must be so happy.
Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched. But the thought of coming back to Baldur's Gate keeps me going. Can I look you up when I'm out?
As long as the devil doesn't put too many holes in you in the meantime.
Please. You know me, an absolute beast on the battlefield. I'll be fine. Probably. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here, together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise. Look at this place. At us! This is the best party I've ever been to!
Wow, she's ecstatic. I saw Will a second ago.
Perhaps the bard knows some of my favorites.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. Your higher form has brought with it some higher manners, then.
What kind of greeting is that?
An unworthy one. Forgive me. I am simply excitable. It is good to be out under an open sky once more. My first, since the reconstruction began. We left quite a mess behind. But the city begins to look something like itself once more. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
I heard rumors that Upper City was destroyed beyond reconstruction.
The Upper City has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two, if they don't expel her. Again.
You must be proud of her.
I suppose I am. Though they seem determined to make me redundant. Mistake me not. There is still much to be done. Plans to make, maps to be frowned over. But my children are more than capable of doing it. Even the young ones tire of me peeking over their shoulders. This night offers them a brief respite from me, at least. And this place, now I look at it, it is where you all spent your first night together, no? A fine spot for an adventure to begin. A fine spot indeed.
Do you have an adventure in mind?
Just a little wander, perhaps. To stretch the legs. I'll find my way back, as I always do. I admit defeat. Baldur's Gate is my home. But that is the thing about home. The only way to see it clearly is to leave. And look back. For a little while, at least. But, should a mother wish to know how her children are faring, not worrying, mind, only wondering, perhaps you might write and tell me of them. And of you, too.
I can instantly project news of any misbehavior into your cranium if you will let me inside.
You are meant to be an evolved being, are you not? I'm sure you can master quill and parchment. And I vow to send them word of my own wanderings. If only to spare me Ryan's wrath next I return. If you really want to help, you'll get Minsk out of trouble for me. Spare me that adventure. Still, we need not begin with the fare-thee-wells just yet. We have tonight. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine. I won't send too many letters back to the gate while I'm away. I will try to enjoy solace. But you look disbelieving.
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Breathe deeply, taking the scents around.
Really?
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
I smell the fragrant flowers in a mysterious accent I can't quite place.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, Karlach and I have felled enough Cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in. But get this. If those blueprints work, I could reverse engineer my stone eye. Instead of Mazora tracking me, I could track her. It's past time for her old pet to sink in his fangs.
How have you been faring without your warlock powers?
I think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself.
Have you had any time to visit your father?
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
I've missed traveling with you. You were a pleasure to be around.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen. Cheers to you. Cheers to Withers. Cheers to all of us.
Aha! You see, Boo? I told you our friend was near. Boo! We are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
What happened to you? You look terrible.
Boo suggests that a hello is more traditional. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
You were in a cell. What for?
Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jaheira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
You're going to get yourself killed. You can't fight everyone you disagree with.
Minsk and Boo agree to disagree. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
Finding more adventure wherever I can. Without any tadpoles this time, thank you.
Without tadpoles, Boo. Forgive my hamster squirrelishness. he has developed something of a taste for tadpole, and is displeased by the diet I have placed him on. But no better cure than the company of friends. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go, and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo, though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me. Away, my friend! Minsk shall soon strip, and Boo would not see you blinded.
Here we talk to you. Is that everybody? Let's see. We talked to Gale, Karlak, and Will. Those are the good guys. Lae'zel, Asterion, and Shadowheart. Those will be the evils. Then the optional characters: Jaheira, Halsin, and Minthara. I didn't see Scratch when I was going around talking to everybody.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
What have you got this time, Scratch?
I found this. It smelled like you, so I kept it. Seemed like something you might like to throw?
I'd be happy to, but first, how have you been?
Oh, I've been so good. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend. She's mine too. Also you and Albert. I've got so many best friends, I hardly know who to play with.
I'm so glad to hear you fared well since our travels together.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you. Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again?
That's your old friend, Scratch.
You always know just how to do it.
Want to play fetch?
Do you even have to ask?
Talk to this dude that's standing up here doing divine performance bard dance.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
Tough gig.
You have no idea. You were a bard, were you? Back before you became so tentacular. Withers couldn't even find a bard who knows who I am.
How do you know Withers?
I owe him a favor, one he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another.
What were you doing in the fugue plane?
Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
You feel a pang of divine guilt. Musical prayers went out of fashion among bards when Melil, Lord of Song, offended the god Cyric and was ejected from the pantheon.
I'm washed up, I'm afraid.
Even mind flayers appreciate a good tune. It's an honor to meet the Lord of Song.
You know? You're bloody right. It is an honor. Deep down, I knew you'd recognize me. You're a fellow bard, after all. What can I do you for?
Nothing. Please, carry on as you were.
Fantastical news. Carry on I shall.
Is it you who paints the air, Boo? No more amnesia.
Should mind my step.
There's also Minthara and Withers in the corner here. We have some notes. Let's take a look at the Balder's Mouth Gazette's first, I suppose. 6 months since the assassination of Archduke Gortash. Tour, new district built by Aturian refugees. Cesar is sick, silence continues. Janeth House to host Evening of Art and Culture. New Bardic School secures Upper City founding. Monument plan for the heroes of High Hall. Iron Throne wreckage continues to block shipping lanes. Complain merchants. Settlers bound for land upriver amid claims curse is lifted. Velotham's God Arms Guide to Baldur's Gate. New wave servant at Umberlee Temple. No leads on desecration. Gondians no more. Ironhome gnomes take center stage. New era of ingenuity. Duke Stelmane's murderer still at large. I don't know why they said that. I totally crushed the Stelmane's murderer. 6 months on, Ramesses Tower without its wizard. No, Roland's the wizard. Thorm's army dispersed from Baldur's borders. Fresh stock and interview with new master Ramesses Tower. Okay, you're gonna put them in the same article? Sure. Report Stone Lord killed by beloved ranger. I guess this is just not very good at what they do anymore. Why is it still Edvard Needle? I killed that dude. Harper's out of hiding. Secretive sect step forward to aid city. Almond Cakes of Avernus. Alternate refugees and owners of cities. Newest cafe share their recipe. There's going to be a lot of reading right here, and as always, I'll have chapters at the bottom of the video if you want to skip ahead. To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventure closely from the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible, the lives you saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Thus we thought to extend a greeting, to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. Is that supposed to be like Larian Studios or something? I don't know. To whom it may concern, Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing, thus an update. The Iron Hand Gnomes are nearly beyond help, but I've managed to yoke them into something resembling a coherent force for innovation. We've been hired to assist in the city's reconstruction, and our steam-powered object motorations are helping to move building supplies in every part of the city. It's nothing, really. I am well. I trust you are too. We deserve it, after all, don't we? Marcus. To an old acquaintance, I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out, builders, visitors, the children of all ages and houses care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Daniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes. And as our old songs drift on the wind ever louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness and I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy. I'm grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday. If you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art. Hero of Baldur's Gate, vanquisher of the Absolute. The city is forever in your debt. For without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, it would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch, and that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes' near destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people, and I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Older Ravenguard. Hey you, it's Arabella. You remember me, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find a balance, where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Fancy talk. He was right, though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head, and all of these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out, so I followed the weave, like Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beard Man showed up. Said the weave led him to me and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all those leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beard Man. I'll let you know how it goes. My friend, no, my darling. Greetings from Menzo Baranzen, where the blood you so kindly traded me is ready to play its part in resurrecting the glorious house of Blodra. From the moment I saw you, I knew you had power. I knew that I could harness it. I knew that it could be mine. Soon I would descend into the abyss my people call the Claw Rift, searching for my lost house in its depths. Will it be dangerous? Oh yes, most dangerous, but don't fear, darling. Your strength will see me through. I will find the ruins of my house, and when I emerge again, it will be as the matron mother of a house reborn. All thanks to you, all thanks to the power in your blood. Until we meet again, my darling. Araj Oblodra, master of the sanguine arts. Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you knew that already in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and time again at Walking's Rest, and Moonrise Towers, and Worm's Rock, and still I doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then one eve, from the elf song I heard it, singing, a raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken refrain. I'd never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all my doubts melted away and were replaced with something more valuable, hope. Baldur's Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Floric. Do you recall the day we first met, my boy? You could have been no more than 8 summers old, clutching your mother's apron, eyebrows singed off by the fireball you unleashed in your neighbor's rosebush. Crying because those flowers are so beautiful and you did not mean to destroy them. How kind, how eager, how brilliant you were, and yet so naive. You could not yet see that power so carelessly begets destruction. But so too might your good nature be the guiding light by which your abilities might shape our world for the better. Where is that child now, I wonder? Remain at Blackstaff knows buried in his books? Does he live within his mother's aging heart, weeping for those roses? Or is he within you still, lost amongst the trappings of godhood you so casually adorn yourself with? Wherever he is, I hope he can forgive me. To him I promise, I will not make the same mistakes again. Elminster. Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. You know how Larissa was working insane hours at the Elfsong Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning all excited and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city that had a plaque hanging up outside it. A plaque with yours and Lahala's names on it, and School of Music beneath. I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen. The big open space downstairs is a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bards from Candlekeep to Waterdeep. Larissa had to quit the Elfsong to help out. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night, and I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometime. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Alfiora. Hey there. Would you mind passing this on to Karlach? Thanks a mil. Karlach, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found a way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write to me, won't you please? Yours faithfully, Dammit. Dear Shadowheart, I hope you are happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain surrounded by Shar's follower at every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of the bravery that you did, and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe, and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again. Yours always, Nocturne. Githyanki's script Tirsu adorns one side of the page, others written in common tongue. Shellac. Orpheus may not be with us, but the comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle, Vlaakith's death draws nearer. I have taken to the astral plane, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to Creshes, dedicating themselves to our cause as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not call themselves children of Gith. Zareth Menyar Agith, the Githzerais God King, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable. But with the Githzerai at our side, not even the full force of the Kithraki could stop us. If Vlaakith is to fall, perhaps the two skies must again be made one. Boss. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had my baby, a beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night and I've barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author. Like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off. It's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me, Marina. This stack of correspondence is hefty. The first letter is signed and dated from slightly before your encounter with the Netherbrain. Hi. Hello. Greetings to you. I'm writing from inside a pigeon coop. Nabber, friend to all birds, so excuse any dried poo. I saw a letter tied to a pigeon leg and had the Edwards epidemic, epidermis, and epilogue are all crossed out here. Epiphany. I had one of those. I kept asking you what you thought I should be, but not what you needed me to be. Then I remembered you kept coming to talk to me. No one else has ever done that, so I know my place now. I hear my calling. I shall be your pen pal. I'll write to you every 10 day. Right, gotta go. Need to start planning my letters. Yours relentlessly, Nobber, Pal Pens. There are 17 more letters in a pile. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priest pressed into my hands, let alone write and thank you as you deserve. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still. Along with the other veterans sheltering at the temple, discards of Eltor's unworthy legion, I watched that monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it, power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that this city will not suffer as Eltor did, whether it wants us or not. It's more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what it did to my people, but that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, I am content. Come and see us when you can. Zevlor. My friend, I hope this finds you wherever you are. I just wanted to thank you and ask for a favor. I'm to be made a watcher. The High Harper put me forward to the Harper Council for service to the city. I'm not sure what that means, but I know if it wasn't for you, I'd be mucking out my mother's yard. I am permitted to bring one guest to the ceremony who will name me Watcher before the council. You spoke for me once before. I understand you're probably busy, but I would be honored if you'd do it again. Await your reply whenever you can, but hopefully soon. Harper Geraldus. I write to bring you happy news on the night of your celebration. I've completed my tour of the syndicates of the Sword Coast. Amn, Cormyr, Waterdeep, and Kalimshan prove promising leads. I have communed with the Illithid Nihilur of Xanathar's Thieves Guild and made an ally of him. Through him, we will control the flow of riches through Waterdeep and extend our influence to far north Luskan. Meanwhile, in the south, I have established contacts in Kalimshan. They answer wholly to me. Inland, Cormyr will be the trickiest. There, I believe we'll have to maneuver around the restriction of the law. But with the right representation in our control, that too will fall to us. Make merry with your former allies, for we may yet have need of them. Keep them close and wait for my word. Soon, my friend. Neither word nor thought would traverse the Sword Coast without our knowing, nor our desire. Until we reconvene, the Emperor.
I fear I am becoming accustomed. Yes, my love. Are you done talking to your friends? Can we leave?
Aren't you enjoying seeing everyone again?
I have hosted gatherings of house matrons and high priestesses who wanted nothing more than to murder one another before the night was done. I have negotiated the handover of hostages and smiled politely while sensing a dagger at my back. I thought I was equal to anything, but this is also pleasant. And I am not even sure anyone here likes me.
I'm sure some of them like you.
Your affection is the only thing that matters. Let us finish our socializing and be done. In truth, I have never enjoyed parties, although they do present the perfect opportunity for a poisoning.
Please don't poison any of our friends, Minthara.
Taste my lips. They are already laced with toxins. None shall be spared tonight, not even you.
Nobody is dying tonight.
Of course not. I was simply playing my part and trying to have a little fun.
Kiss her.
Now go. Mingle, carouse, indulge. Tomorrow we return to the Underdark, and our campaign against my house continues. We will need all of our strength. We will spend the rest of our lives together. Go, be with the others. I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun.
I managed to do it without killing anybody. Yay, go me. We have Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate sign, another parasite specimen, which we no longer need, can use. Book of Willing Souls. Sarvin Ortholo, Nance D, Burley Quick Flint. I don't know if these are like, I don't know, big donators or something. Recipe of Elixir of Arcane Cultivation, is that it? I thought there was something interesting in here. Case file 846. Baldur's Gate versus Flynn Silver. Divinity, Godly Guide. Is this all you get, Withers? The Unclaimed. We saw this one in the about the Lady of Loss. I'm pretty sure we read that in the House of Hope.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
To the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death. Cold as death. I didn't know you well back then. I blame it on all luck and vain. Luck and vain. Your blood like wine, I want it in. Oh darling, get me drunk and make me feel it's not my fault, I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins, I broke my chains. There's more to do and I still want to live.
I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death. Cold as death. I feel your heart beating my soul. Our futures bound, our bodies know. Your blood like wine, I want it in. Oh darling, get me drunk, invite me. It's not my fault, I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins, I broke my chains. There's more to do if I can only leave. I can't go yet, don't let me die. I'll never stop until I'm done. But just tonight, maybe I'll rest in peace. I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death. Cold as death. I hear your heart beating my soul. Our endings bound, our bodies know. I can't go yet,
Don't let me die.
I want to live.
My only one. There's more to do if we can only live. The clock won't stop and this is what we get. in. Oh darling, get me drunk and make me feel it's not my fault, I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins, I broke my chains. There's more to do and I still want to live.
I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death.
Cold as death.
I feel your heart beat in my soul, our futures bound, our bodies know. Your blood like wine, I want it in. Oh darling, get me drunk, invite me. It's not my fault, I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins, I broke my chains. There's more to do if I can only leave. I can't go yet, don't let me die. I'll never stop until I'm done. But just tonight, maybe I'll rest in peace. I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death. I hear your heart beat in my soul, our endings bound, our bodies know. I can't go yet,
Don't let me die,
I want to live.
my only one. There's more to do if we can only leave. The clock won't stop and this is what we get.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
I owe you a debt of gratitude. It is thanks to you that Gale, the Wizard of Waterdeep, became Dekarios the Divine, God of Ambition. Without you, he would not have survived the appetites of the tadpole. It would have feasted on that impressive mind of his, and all of his talent would have been snuffed out forever. But mere survival was not enough. Not for Gale, and not for you. Saving your world from the gods and monsters that threatened it wasn't enough. Gale wanted more, and you encouraged him to ignore every sensible instinct, to ignore the lesson of Karsus's folly, and to reach for the heavens. You were the spark that rekindled Gale's hubris and set him on a course that will make Celestia quake. I longed for the crown to satisfy my own ambitions, and I was furious that it had escaped me again. But I have assessed the situation, pondered every variable, plotted every possible course. And I have come to realize that this is for the best. In time, long after you're gone, Gale Dekarios will cause such division and chaos in these realms that even the lords of the hells will be aghast to see it. Ambition. Such a delicious sin for mortal kind to indulge in. Such a dreadful weapon for an immortal to wield. The gods will be sundered, and from their ruin, I will rise.
All this stimulating conversation leaves you hungry. To speak is not enough. You wish to explore the brain of your friend with your beak. Think of Shadowheart's cerebellum, which controls her dexterous hands. Any ritual caster must have a tightly commanded hindbrain.
Resist the craving.
Well, that's good.
On consuming a brain, you become one with its owner. Every memory blends with yours. What better reunion than this eternal bond? You shall dine well tonight.
fascinating. Thou hast ventured long with thy comrades, shared food, fire, and friendship, but even such adamantine bonds could not prevent thee from ruining my party. I shall not permit you to destroy one another after all thou accomplished. Begone.